Let's see how much fuckery I can jam into 5 minutes. Fuckery regarding my account. Fuckery regarding the White House website. Fuckery regarding the car theft stats in Canada that I mentioned yesterday. But first, this is not fuckery. So much is being made that our inflation rate would be 2.3%, and I did forecast 2.2, okay? But this is the way we calculate this shit. The GST holiday is in effect, so prices are lower. That's how it works. Now, I want to take this time to point out something. I haven't said this in the past because it seems like humble bragging, but I do have economics training. Like, I did economics in university. And then in my career in games, I did behavioral economics because video games have economies. I also did finance from Yale. So all you guys in my comments, I'm going to throw my heart out to you. Sorry, I'm autistic and socially awkward. Now, people have asked me what's going to happen with rates going forward given the threat of tariffs. They haven't happened yet. The retaliation hasn't happened yet, but I'm going to give you my opinion. Scotiabank thinks rates are going to go up if there's a trade war. I don't understand what they're thinking. Here's my rationale. Okay, so a trade war is going to put downward pressure on the economy in the US and in Canada. It's a negative shock. Think 2008. Think the 2015 commodities crash. Think COVID. A big negative external shock. Because we're not asking for these tariffs. They're being imposed upon us. So in an environment where there's a negative external impact, it's likely they're going to cut rates, not increase rates. Even though it's going to have an inflationary effect, they're likely going to cut the rates. I don't make this call. I'm just giving you my 2 cents. All right, yesterday I mentioned car theft being less now than 20 years ago, and that this whole story about it being JT's Canada is part of a, what seems to me, paid promotion. I have to watch what I say. I didn't watch my mouth yesterday enough. And my views, they suffered. Anyway, this is from Statista, reported motor vehicle theft rate in Canada from 2000 to 2023. That's where we are now. That's where we were. As you can imagine, the bulk of this is in Ontario. So let me focus in on Ontario and start with my own brand of twisting the narrative. Let's start here. It's 2000. Mike Harris, Conservative, is the Premier of Ontario. Car theft goes crazy. And then Dalton McGuinty's Liberals take over, followed by Kathleen Wynne, and car theft starts to fall. Look at that, it just keeps on falling. It keeps on falling. Doug Ford was sworn in June 29th, 2018, and then given an increased majority in 2022. There's 2018. Look at the jump in car theft. And then moving forward, when Doug Ford was given an increased majority, look at that huge jump in car theft there, and it continues in 2023. See how easy it is to change the narrative for it to say what you want it to say? All right, here in Canada, we are bilingual, and I know it's a point of contention still to this day, but it is the fabric of our nation. I want to openly say that, talk of separation pisses me off. The fight against the English language in Quebec upsets me. But do I ever want French to go away in Canada? No. I want us to hang on to that piece of culture. It makes us unique. In the United States, they seem to have forgotten that half of the U.S. used to be Spanish. It wasn't that long ago. 1846 to 1848, the Mexican-American War, where the United States took half of Mexico. You ever wonder why cities on this half of the country have Spanish names? Like San Francisco, Los Angeles, San Diego, El Paso. Why are there so many Latinos in the United States? Must be a weak border. Or because half the country was Mexico once. Now, 20 years ago, the White House acknowledged the fact that half of the country is Latin, and they offered the White House website in English and in Spanish until yesterday. Not only did they get rid of the Spanish language page, they did it in a very ignorant manner. See, this is what it is now, and it's not just a 404 error. It's a 404 page that they have created, and it says here, go to home page. But it didn't say that yesterday when they first made the change. It said go home. Oh, and Latin news. They noticed. They noticed that it said, go home. They're literally removing a page from history. We put a pause on immigration. But I think we're going to get some immigrants.